Grigor Dimitrov, born the 16th of May 1991, is a Bulgarian professional tennis player. His career high ATP singles ranking is world no. 3, which he achieved in November 2017 after winning the 2017 ATP Finals. Dimitrov is the most successful Bulgarian male tennis player to date, both in terms of ranking reached. As of 2017, he is the only Bulgarian tennis player ever to be ranked inside the top 10 ATP singles and prize money won, being the only male Bulgarian player to reach $1 million and later $10 million. Dimitrov is also the first and only Bulgarian male tennis player to win an ATP title in singles, after he won in October 2013 at Stockholm, and reach a final in doubles in 2011, as well as the only Bulgarian male player to reach the third round or better at a Grand Slam tournament. Dimitrov is also the first Bulgarian to qualify for, and later win, the ATP Finals. He has won 8 ATP singles titles to date. Prior to his professional career, Dimitrov enjoyed a successful junior career, in which he held the world no. 1 ranking and 1 consecutive Grand Slam boys singles titles at the 2008 Wimbledon Championships and the 2008 US Open. At the former, he defeated future men's doubles no. 1 player Henri Continent in the final. Early life: Grigor was born in Haskovo, Bulgaria, to Dimitar, a tennis coach, and mother Maria, a sports teacher and former volleyball player. In 1991, he first held a tennis racket, given to him by his mother, at the age of 3, and when he was 5 he began to play daily. In his early years his father served as his coach, but after the young Bulgarian proved his talent in the tournaments for juniors, he made it clear that he would have to develop in other conditions. At the age of 16, Dimitrov turned professional. In 2007, Dimitrov joined the Academy Sanchez Castle, where he was further trained under the leadership of Emilio Sanchez and Pato Alvarez. A year later, Dimitrov moved to Paris, France, where he joined Patrick Mradogler's tennis academy and spent the next 4 seasons there. Personal life: Dimitrov began dating Maria Sharapova in late 2012. He and Sharapova only confirmed their relationship after the 2013 Madrid Open, where the Bulgarian managed his first win against a world no. 1, beating Novak Djokovic. Sharapova and Dimitrov separated in July 2015. At the beginning of 2016, he started dating Nicole Skutsinger in a discreet relationship. After a triumphant win at the 2017 ATP Singles, Dimitrov praised Skutsinger, in a rare display of public affection, as deserving a lot of credit for these last 2 weeks. He dedicated his recent success and victory to her. She has been great. These 2 weeks have been some of the best ever. In addition to his native Bulgarian, he speaks English and says his main interests are sports, cars, computers and watches. Early in his career he was given the nickname Baby Fed for his stylish play and on-court talent being similar to that of Roger Federer. Junior career: he claimed his first major junior cup, the U14 European title, at the age of 14. In 2006, he won the Orange Bowl U16 boys singles and was later named the Eddie Hare International 2007 Rising Star. In 2007, Dimitrov was the finalist at the Orange Bowl U18 boys singles, losing to Rikardas Berankis of Lithuania. With Bartek Pospisil, he reached the US Open doubles final, falling to Jonathan Isaric and Jerome Inzerillo. Grigor Dimitrov as junior Wimbledon champion for 2008. He began the 2008 Grand Slam season with a quarter-final showing at Roland Garros, losing to Poland's Jerzy Janowicz in 3 sets. However, he went on to win Wimbledon after defeating Henri Continent of Finland in the final. He won the title without dropping a set despite playing with a shoulder injury throughout the tournament. The victory saw him join former junior champions Roger Federer and Stefan Edberg and guaranteed him a wild-card entry into the 2009 Wimbledon men's draw. His success continued at the US Open, which he won on the 7th of September, defeating American qualifier Devin Britton in 2 sets. On his way to the title, he also defeated top seed Hua Yang of Taiwan in the semi-finals. After the tournament, Dimitrov announced that he was ending his junior career and focusing on improving his ATP ranking. On the 8th of September September he became junior world No. 1, overtaking Hua Yang. He closed at No. 3 of the junior ranking that year. Dimitrov compiled a singles win, loss record of 66-25 as a junior, and 42-20 in doubles. Professional career. In 2008, Dimitrov began frequent participation in men's events. His first title came on clay at a Futures tournament in Barcelona. His first ATP level match was at the Ordina Open, where he lost to Igor Andreev in straight sets. After his junior US Open title, he won back-to-back Futures tournaments in Madrid on hard court and rose 300 places to career high ranking of 477. The achievement attracted enough attention to earn him a wild card into the Mutua Madrilena Madrid Open qualifying draw, where he lost to the No. 64 Florent Serra of France. After being granted another wild card to the Davidoff Swiss indoors qualifying draw and defeated No. 122 Jerry Vanek in 3 sets in the first round for his first ATP level win, before losing to Julian Rister. In 2009, he was granted a wild card to the main draw of the ABN AMRO World Tennis Tournament and scored an upset over then world No. 23 Tomas Berdych, earning his first ATP main draw win. In the second round he faced world No. 1 Rafael Nadal and lost in 3 sets. He was granted a wild card to the main draw of the Open 13, but lost to world No. 8 Gilles Simon in the first round. Despite serving for the match at 9th game of the 3rd set, he then completed 2 victories in the Davis Cup against Hungary. He lost to Donai Yudimchuk in straight sets in the second round of the SAT Bangkok Open. 4 first-round exits and challenges followed. He then reached the quarter-finals after qualifying of 2 successive challenges at the Trofeo Paolo Carazzi and Egan Trophy. He reached the second round of the Egan Championships after defeating Ivan Navarro, but lost in 2 tie breaks to Gilles Simon. In Wimbledon, where he got a wild card as the 2008 juniors champion, he won the first set of his first-round match against Igor Kunitsyn, but then suffered an injury. Despite this, he attempted to continue but lost the following 10 games before he retired. He was granted a wild card to the main draw of the Catella Swedish Open but lost in the first round to Guillermo Canas. He reached the quarter-finals of the Challenger Open Castilla Leon, losing out in 3 sets to Marcel Granollers. He then lost in the second round to Martin Fischer in straight sets at the American Express Open. As the 2008 winner of the US Open Boys Tournament, he was granted a wild card for the US Open qualification tournament. He won his first round match against Tobias Kamp, but in the second round lost to the number 1 seed of the qualification, Tomas Basai. Dimitrov won his first doubles challenger title at the ATP Challenger Trophy with Timur Askabashvili beating Jan Minna and Lucas Rosol. He then received a wild card at the IF Stockholm Open but lost in the first round to Jarko Newman. 2010, Dimitrov started the season with a quarter-final finish at a challenger event of International Orks de Nouvelle-Calédonie. He then attempted to qualify for the Australian Open, but lost in the first round to Robert Kendrick in 3 sets. Grigor Dimitrov in 2010, he bounced back a week later by qualifying at the Honolulu Challenger, but lost to Donald Young in the second round. Dimitrov then participated for Bulgaria in the Davis Cup, claiming all 3 wins in a 3-2 victory over Monaco. Following the Davis Cup tie, Grigor had a number of early losses in various challenger tournaments. Dimitrov won his first ATP Tour match of the year on the grass court of the Egan Championships in London. He beat Alex Bogdanovic before losing to world No. 31 Feliciano Lopez in the second round. He then had a great run in the Marburg Open, a challenger event, where he came through qualifying to reach the semi-finals, where he lost out to Simone Bagnozzi. Dimitrov again had a number of disappointing losses in challenger events and another Davis Cup tie. Dimitrov then participated in 4 futures tournaments, posting impressive results, including 2 tournament victories in Germany and another in Spain. Dimitrov gained enough points to enter the world's top 250 for the first time in his career. 2011, Dimitrov's first tournament of the year was the Australian Open, where he advanced through the qualifying rounds with the loss of just 1 set. He defeated world number 38 Andrei Golubev in the first round to advance for the first time to the second round of a Grand Slam tournament, where he lost to 19th seed Stanislas Wawrinka. Nonetheless, Dimitrov achieved his top ever ATP ranking, ending January at 85. Thus, He became the top-ranked Bulgarian male tennis player of all time. Dimitrov then qualified for the ABN AMRO World Tennis Tournament but lost to 8th seed Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in the first round in 2 sets. He then lost in the first rounds of the Open 13 and Dubai Tennis Championships to Dmitry Tursunov and Richard Gasquet respectively. Dimitrov then won the Challenger DCNS to Cherbourg, defeating defending champion and number 2 seed Nicholas Mouat in the final. He then qualified for the Sony Ericsson Open, losing to Sergei Stakhovsky. Dimitrov became the first Bulgarian man ever to be seeded at an ATP World Tour tournament, being seeded 8 at the U.S. Men's Clay Court Championships but lost in the second round to Tamur Askabashvili. At the Barcelona Open Banco Sabadell, he lost in the first round to Juan Monaco. He reached his first quarter-final in an ATP tournament at the BMW Open after defeating Marcos Baghdatis but lost to Florian Mayer in 3 sets. Dimitrov lost in the first round of the French Open to Jeremy Chardy. In his next tournament, at the China Open, he lost once again to No. 1-seeded Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in the first round. At Shanghai Rolex Masters, Dimitrov beat Marcel Ilhan in the first round but was defeated by Andy Roddick in the second round in 2 tight sets. At the IF Stockholm Open, Dimitrov beat Ryan Sweeting and Juan Ignacio Aquila before losing to Milos Raonic in the quarterfinals. He ended the year ranked No. 76. 2012. Dimitrov started his 2012 season by competing at the Hopman Cup alongside Svetlana Pironkova. Their team was defeated by the Czech Republic 1-2 after they won a match in mixed doubles but lost their singles matches. Then, their team defeated Denmark 2-1 against USA. Dimitrov trounced Marty Fish in straight sets in his first win, although not official ATP win, against a top 10 player. At the Australian Open, Dimitrov defeated Jeremy Chardy to reach the second round, but then he lost in 5 sets to Nicolas Almagro. Dimitrov competed in the 2012 SAP Open but lost in the first round to Kevin Anderson, despite winning the first set easily. Lost the next 2 in tie-breaks. At the BNP Paribas Open, Dimitrov defeated Ivan Dodig in the first round, but lost to David Ferrer in the second round. Dimitrov's next tournament was the Sony Ericsson Open, where he reached the 4th round after defeating Mikhail Kukushkin, Juan Ignacio Aquila, and upsetting world No. 7 Tomas Berdych, his first win over a top 10 player, before losing to Janko Tipsarevic. Dimitrov entered the challenger event Strabag Prague Open as the 5th-seeded player. In the first round he defeated Jane Harjak and then lost to Aljaz Bidian in the second. At the French Open, Dimitrov was a set and a break up against 17th-seed Gasquet before suffering an injury. He went on to lose the set, momentum and eventually match Grigor Dimitrov at the 2012 US Open. Dimitrov's next tournament was the Egan Championships. He beat Bobby Reynolds, Gilles Mola and Nicolas Mouat and then reached his first ATP semi-final by beating the number 9 seed, Kevin Anderson, by coming back from a set down. Dimitrov became the first ever Bulgarian male tennis player to reach an ATP semi-final. 2014. 3 titles and Grand Slam semi-final. Dimitrov started the 2014 season ranked 23rd. His first event was the Brisbane International, where he took part in the last event too and reached his first final at that time. He was now seeded 5th. However, now he was unable to repeat that good performance, winning in the first round in 2 sets against Robin Hayes in under 1 hour, but then losing against Marin Cilic in 2 sets. Losing both sets to 5 games with a break of his serve in the last game deciding both sets. He also competed in the doubles with partner Jeremy Chardy and won in the first round against Brits Fleming and Hutchins, winning the deciding champion tie-break, but then lost in the second round against Federer and Mouat in a match which featured 3 tie-breaks, with the champion tie-break again deciding the match. Dimitrov then played at the exhibition tournament in Kuong, Australia, an event which featured top players Richard Gasquet, Stanislas Wawrinka, and Tomas Berdych. However, he failed to take a single victory, losing in straight sets to Nishikori and Fernando Verdasco, and ultimately pulled out prior to the 7th place playoff. At the 2015 Australian Open, Dimitrov was seeded 10th. In the first round he overcame Dustin Brown in just 69 minutes. Then in the second round he beat Lucas Lacko in 4 sets and Marcos Baghdatis in 5 sets in the third round. Dimitrov lost to 6th seed and eventual runner-up Andy Murray in the 4th round in 4 sets. In February, Dimitrov participated in the Rotterdam Open indoor hard court event, where he was seeded 5th. In the first round he beat the qualifier Paul Math 2-1 sets, saving 2 match points in the second set, but then lost in straight sets to world no. 37 Gilles Muller in the second round. Dimitrov played in Acapulco next, where he was the defending champion and seeded 3rd. He lost in the second round to Ryan Harrison. On the 10th of March 2015, Dimitrov played at an annual exhibition tournament in Madison Square Garden against Roger Federer, defeating the Swiss star for the first time. 2016, late summer resurgence. Ranked world no. 28. Dimitrov began the season in Brisbane, where he reached the quarterfinals, losing to Federer. Paired with Nishikori, Dimitrov also reached the semi-finals in the doubles, but withdrew due to shoulder soreness. The Bulgarian reached his 7th career final in Sydney, losing to the defending champion Viktor Troicki in 3 sets and a tiebreak in the 3rd set. Next, Dimitrov recorded another defeat to Federer, his 5th overall between the two. In the 3rd round of the 2016 Australian Open, 2017 Masters title, ATP Finals champion, top 3 debut, ranked world no. 17, Dimitrov had a flying start to the season in Brisbane, reaching the final by defeating world no. 8 Dominic Thiem in the quarterfinals and then no. 3 and defending champion Milos Raonic in the semi-finals. In the final he overcame world no. 5 Nishikori in 3 sets, winning his first ATP title in nearly 3 years, his last having been at Queen's Club in 2014. Dimitrov next moved on to play in the 2017 Australian Open, where he extended his winning streak further. Reaching the semi-finals, Dimitrov beat 18th seed Richard Gasquet in the 3rd round and 11th seed David Goffin in the quarterfinals, before being eliminated by Rafael Nadal in a 5-set thriller, which lasted almost 5 hours, with Dimitrov failing to convert double break points in the 5th set when the score was 4-3 for Dimitrov. The match with Nadal was later cited among the top 3 of best Grand Slam matches in 2017. Dimitrov ended his 2017 season with these significant milestones. Current figure in brackets: 1. First Masters 1000 title. 2. First ATP Finals crown. 3. 5 Tour Finals. 4. 4 titles. 5. 8 top 10 match wins, had 13 total prior to 2017. 6. 250 career match wins, 257 match wins. 7. Cracked $10 million in career earnings, $13,103,976. 8. Cracked $5 million in a single season, $5,628,512. 9. Second Grand Slam semi-final. 10. First Grand Slam semi-final on hard courts.